It's a beautiful day in the Pacific Northwest. We don't have any rain today, and decided to make this video, however it will turn out. This 17 STI right here that I'm in just got rebuilt. And what I'm going to be doing right now is going for the first break-in miles, 50 break-in miles. I wanted to show you how I do that. It's not rocket science, nothing crazy, but it is important to do break-in properly and not just take it on the freeway just to put miles, because the mileage matters, but it's more of how it's done. You want to seat the rings correctly. That's basically the whole reason this is getting done. So anyway, really quick, and I got my laptop with me. This is a perfect time for me as a tuner to do a whole bunch of data logging and pay attention to everything. If there's any adjustments I need to make for drivability, this is the time that I do it. Although this isn't anything crazy, it's just a stock fuel system, intake exhaust, nothing crazy. So getting these dialed in, even off a base map, is fairly easy. And normally for braking, there's really nothing I do tuning wise. I do for the rest of the mileage for a while, depending on break-in procedure. This is basically a daily, so I think they're going for like 1,000-mile break-in, but first 50 miles I'm gonna do, and then I set the rev limiter to 4,000 for a while, and zero out the wastegate duty cycle so that they don't start doing pulls unintentionally. Break-in, you want to use your engine as much as you can when slowing down instead of using your brakes. That helps seat the rings. You want to vary the RPM. You want to make sure that you don't just lock your cruise control, and like I said, it's not the mileage, it's how it's done. So vary the RPM, go through gear changes, vary your load, accelerate, decelerate. Any opportunity you have to use the engine for braking, do so. Alright. Let's get going. And lucky me, from the shop here, we have lots of beautiful, amazing back roads with very little traffic. There's a mountain road literally 10 minutes from here, and that is perfect for what I'm doing at the moment. So maybe if my filming skills were a little better, I could actually put together some very beautiful footage. that is not being used. Most of everyone I tune, if they ever are on a cob access port, that thing is no longer being used, and we switch to a custom patch, or just tune the stock map, stock ROM, open source. A lot of people don't like green speed. Not everyone is emissions restricted by emissions, so a lot of people would still like to be able to do TGV deletes and catless exhaust and whatnot, or if they have like an off-road vehicle where it's track only, there's no longer an option. Well, I guess you could still use it to tune, but you'll have check engine light codes and whatnot, and that's kind of annoying. So we get rid of that, because if there ever is a need for speed density or flex fuel, that's totally doable on the stock ECU without the need to have the cob access port. Drive out for break-in or on my own personal time, just because this is a beautiful area and it's like 3 minutes from my house. Alright. I'm not the best video creator, but hey, at least you get to watch something. Not doing anything crazy driving wise. This isn't really a video of a spirited drive or anything, but this is just a video to show break-in and me driving here because of less traffic, especially in a minute or two when I'm more up in this mountain. So we're at 8 miles so far. Like the VA STI because of the quick ratio steering rack. Makes the car feel a little bit different, more go-kart like, even though this is not the lightest chassis. These things are quite heavy. This vehicle here is a simple piston and rod build for the future. This is built by VSR Performance, who I work with. Eventually, I plan to work there full time as an engine builder and a tuner. But for now, I just mostly tune cars for them, along with, tuning cars globally. I remote tune, I tune in person, but I am currently fighting some health issues where full-on work is sort of not always possible for me, so I can't commit to working full-time at the shop, although I do have the strong desire. But yeah, the shop is in Vancouver, Washington. They really are passionate about Subarus, and they have been really easy to work with because they always listen whenever I have a suggestion or, trying to teach them how certain things need to get done in a certain manner. They always listen, always easy to talk to. Just because, modifying these cars, the Subarus, there is a wrong way of doing them, and there's certain no-nos, and they listen, and so far I haven't had any issues. I mean, we have plenty of issues to solve, during the process and whatnot, but we always resolve them as a team. So if anyone ever wants their car worked on by someone you can trust, I always recommend VSR Performance. With time, I'm hoping that that name will be more on the global map, not just a local here. So yeah, this is the road I was talking about. It's going up to Larch Mountain, and very little traffic here, as you can tell. So I normally get this road to myself. There's lots of wildlife here, deer, elk. So occasionally you get to see some cool stuff. As you can tell, the road level varies, and that is one other good thing for break-in. So your engine load varies as well as your RPM, so really convenient. I mean, I would imagine it would be difficult to do break-in correctly in like a big city with lots of traffic, especially if you're stagnant in traffic a lot and you don't get to, move at all. But here you're basically in charge of your engine load, your RPM. Yeah, this area is getting more developed, so that's the one thing that might change in the future. More houses being built. So as you can see, the nature of how I'm driving, and that's generally how you want to drive when you break in your own personal vehicle. It's not rocket science. You want to use the engine to brake, to do your braking or slowing down for you as much as you can. You don't want to do too much boost. Some is okay, but you don't want to be doing no wide open throttle pulls. There are certain situations where that's okay. When you have a full-on race car, you know, there's some dyno break-in time you can do, and then different purpose for a vehicle. But for something for like a daily like this, that you want to have minimal oil consumption and you're not going to be doing an overhaul anytime soon, or are hoping not to, you want to do a proper break-in. Well, build it correctly for one, but break-in also makes a big difference. It's very important. There's not much traffic here, or there's traffic because the road's beat up, but the road isn't getting fixed because there's not much going on here. This road goes up to some sort of campground, I believe, and then a prison, and lots of people go shooting up here, myself included. But I'm not taking this beautiful machine off-road onto the gravel. So 15 miles so far. That's why you gotta watch out for the corners. That deer roadkill is still there. watching, as I've mentioned, I do remote tuning. I tune cars globally, all over the world. I have a strong passion for these cars, not just the Subarus. I tune all kinds of cars, but I first started tuning on Subarus. That was my learning platform, my old Bug-Eye. And I really like to work on these vehicles. I like to tune them, mostly tune them. So if anyone is looking for tuning on their Subaru, whether it be, wherever you are in the world, whatever kind of fuel you're using, I would be happy to help if you reach out. Language barriers is not a problem. I can help you set up your logging software through remote, and like AnyDesk or TeamViewer, so I can install all that for you. So that's the gravel road. That's a private road, someone lives there, and that's the gravel road that I'm not going up on this thing, but that's where we go shooting, and there's a campground there too. But as I was saying, if you need your car tuned, regardless of what language you speak, whatever fuel you might be using, you might think you have crappy fuel, even if you're in Africa or wherever, Russia, Ukraine, wherever, you can always reach out. I can get your car dialed in safely. I can say that to this day, I wasn't always active on social media, and still am not very active. And as you can tell, I'm not the best at putting together these videos, but to this day, I can say that I have not had a single vehicle blow up because of my tuning. I've had a few vehicles lose oil pressure, spin bearings, sort of external factors. Nothing that I could do to prevent it, like loose oil filters, banjo bolts that haven't been torqued all the way. But tuning mistakes and whatnot, so far I can say that I haven't had any mishaps, and I hope to keep it that way. It is a passion of mine. I'm not looking just to get paid. I do genuinely care about other people's vehicles. So, and I have a good amount of experience because I've been doing this for over 10 years. So, always a plus to deal with someone that knows what they're doing. There's plenty of other good tuners out there, but occasionally you try to reach out to a tuner and they're just backlogged. So, hey, like I said, usually I am able to get back to people in a timely fashion. So don't hesitate to reach out, send me a message. We can get you set up for a tune, get your car dialed in safely, address your concerns, whatever issues you might be having. There have been instances where I've helped people that were dealing with very reputable tuners, and they just were having issues with the tune, and for some reason these tuners were not able to get the car dialed in correctly, and those people were skeptical of me helping them. But in the end, I was like, told you so. I'm not known globally yet, but I do good tuning, I promise. Give me a chance. Look at this beautiful road over here. I'm lucky there's no snow at the moment, because See? Boom. Let's not trespass, alright? There she is. And we're not going there. Flip this baby around and go back, because this road gets pretty nasty further up, and I don't want to catch a nail or anything and ruin someone else's suspension. Not gonna ruin it, but don't want to wear it out prematurely. Purpose-built Subaru, this would be back that way is amazing. You could have a lot of fun off-roading over there. Suction cup. This might be a mistake. I might lose this camera, but let me mount this bad boy up front. Okay, let's see if this thing stays on here. enough for that one. What about the exhaust? Let's see how this thing sounds. Yeah, that didn't work out. It's kind of creepy being out here by myself. And I'm not strapped at the moment. So let's get out of here. I don't want to die.